Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In continuation of our DAU series, today we're going to focus on taking this very simple analysis behind me, which is just a count of users per day for this demo online business, and enhancing it a little bit. Again, the chart behind me is DAU, or daily active users. So what we're going to do is cohort this or dimensionalize it by day since last login. And what that will do is it will provide us with the additional insight of the rhythm and cadence of which your customers log in and interact with your online business. So we will be changing this chart behind me from what it is currently to this multicolored chart. And as you can see here, we still get the total count of DAU, or users that interact with your business on a daily basis, but we get the additional insight of knowing the last time they logged in. So today, for example, is September 25th, 2024. What we can do is see, hey, on this day, how many total people interacted with my business, and when was the last time they logged in? Was it a day ago, 2 days ago, over 7 days ago, or are they a brand new install and this is their very first login date? So let me take you over to MySQL now to show you exactly how to do this. Okay, all we're going to need is just a customer logins table. That table is here. Let me show you a few records. Wonderful. So what we need is the customer ID. We need the login date. And then we need the last time they logged in, so their previous login date. So we'll do a window function for this. Over. We want to do this per player, so partition by customer ID, and then order by login date ascending. Okay. Let's run a few records. Okay, this worked. So you see a few of these values here are null. That means this player's login date was their very first login date, so that means they're a new install. We can go ahead and call this logins. Again, that's a subselect. We want the logins, so the login date. Then we want the logins.customer ID. Great. Okay, so now we're going to build a case statement. So we will say case when the previous login date is null, then we'll say call them a new install. We'll say when the difference in days between this previous login date and this login date is equal to 1, we're going to assign it a string value. So let's do that. That'll mean they logged in 1 day ago. And then we will say the last time they logged in was 7 or more days ago, then give that a specific string value. Equal to 7, then 7 plus days ago. else, we're going to do this and just build our own dynamic string value. And then let us end our case statement. Okay. So let's focus on this case statement together before we move forward. So if the customer does not have a previous login date relative to this login date, then that means this login date is their very first login date, which means their new install. And that's what we're doing right here. Now, what we are also doing is if the difference in days between this login date and their previous login date is 1 day, meaning they logged in both today and yesterday, we'll say the last time they logged in was 1 day ago. And the reason why we did that is because we don't want it to say 1 days ago, because that wouldn't be grammatically correct. And that's why we created that separate sort of exception. Okay, so next what we also did is said, if the difference in days between this login date and the previous login date is greater than or equal to 7, then say 7 plus days ago. And the reason why is because we added the plus sign here. And then everything in between is just going to be dynamic, right? So just a difference in days, we're going to convert that to a string and then just say, this will say, for example, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4, 5, 6, right? And then 7 will be taken care of by this, and then 1 will be taken care of by this, and then new installs will be taken care of by this. So we can go ahead and call this category. And let's pull a few records just to make sure this works. So here's our data, and as you can see, we successfully segmented and cohorted this data with these example values here, with new install 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 6 days ago. So this is working. So all we need to do now is basically do a count of customer IDs, which is DAU, and we need to group it by the login date, which is the DAU date, the day that they logged in, and then by this additional category dimension that we created. So let's do that now. We can call this DAU because that's what it is. And then we're going to grab this, and because it's an aggregate function, we're going to put it in the group by. Let's add a semicolon to end this statement, and then here is the query in its totality. Let's run this together. And we'll soon be ready to take this to Excel. Okay, great. So you can see that this is an aggregate because we're counting DAU. It's no longer record level data on the customer ID. So let's move this over to Excel and finish this up. All right, so here we are in Excel. All we gotta do is select all this data and create a pivot table. So we'll do a pivot table, and what we will do is we will put the login date here. And then we will put the categories across the top. And we'll do a summation of DAU. And then let's remove the grand totals on rows and columns. And then we will move new installs over here. So we have new installs, customers that logged in 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 3, 4, 7 plus. Okay. Great, let's grab this data and create a chart. Let me put the legend on the bottom there. Okay, let me increase the font size. Okay, so I love charts like these because when you look at this, you can immediately tell what's going on internally for this online business. If we take, for example, any date in September 2024, which again, the date of this recording is September 25th, 2024, you can see that basically 2/3 of this audience are highly active users. They're either new or highly active, meaning they're new installs, or they've logged in yesterday, or they've also logged in 2 days ago. So this is interesting. You see, we have about 800 customers out of a total of 1,200 that are either new installs, also logged in yesterday, or logged in 2 days ago, meaning they're new or active. So again, this is pretty useful information and can be used strategically for your business. If you like this content, please continue to like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to be putting the practice files in the description. Thank you very much.